Inside the final stage of the 8th world, get to this point here. Stand on the 3rd tile and face right. Drop your Tanuki leaf on the ground, then face left. Do the cat dive we mentioned and slide. Then jump into the Tanuki leaf, jump over here, and float this way. You'll just keep floating for a while, and eventually you will get to the auto-scrolling section, the boss fight with Bowser. Oh yeah!
It's a go time!
Probably the most commonly known glitch in this game at this point, and how to do it. This is the invincibility glitch, and it allows you to become, well, invincible. The whole process is actually pretty easy, so first off, you have to grab a special item that will put you one step above Big Mario. A fire flower is perfect for this. Second, you need to take any sort of damage. Anything will work, but using spikes is definitely the easiest way because of this next step. Lastly, towards the end of the quicker blinking part of the damage boost, enter a door that's on spikes. The on spikes part is very important. If the door you enter is not on spikes, then it's your own problem. You have been cordially warned. If done correctly, you are completely free to do what you want and take no damage at all. Woo! Yay! Fun stuff.
Just go get the dang fruit and get Yoshi. Once you have Yoshi, take him to the left of the fountain in the center of the plaza. Then spin jump at this roof here. If done correctly, you'll clip right through the building and into a dark abyss. Then quickly turn 90 degrees right and start walking forward. Make sure the entire time you're moving you're jumping, otherwise you will die. Make sure you do short jumps this whole way. If you do anything too high, you'll pop into the sewers, which will completely ruin the glitch. You'll see after heading far enough out, you'll end up on the ocean floor underneath the water. You can hop off Yoshi and explore if you want, but more importantly, you can take Yoshi onto this island here and spray off this gloopy blobdy blue, which gives you access to this secret level. And hey, while we're on Yoshi and Delfino Plaza, I want to show you guys a bit of an update to a trick I showed last time. In the last episode, I showed if you spin jump at this building at a particular spot, you can fall through and walk underneath the world to get to this island here. This skips quite a lot of stuff, which is awesome, but there's actually an easier method to do it. Go back to where the fruit stands are and walk at this particular building at a certain angle. If you have the angle right, you just have to hold forward and Yoshi will go right through the wall. Then you simply turn towards the island and start jumping. Remember, if you just stand on the floor, you will die, and if you jump too high, you will end up in the sewers. So you have to just constantly do short hops the entire way, but if done right, you can get underneath the ocean and up onto the island. So the first step to this elaborate trick is just play the game. No, I'm completely serious. Just play the game. The first order of business is clear through the game until I get right before Chauncey, the first area boss. This is all standard gameplay, so I'm not going to show it in this video, but if for some reason you just really want to see this part, then there will be a link in the video description to parts 1 and 2 of my Let's Play of this game, which covers all the stuff I'm cutting out. Now, once I'm right before Chauncey, I'm actually going to go back to the foyer and save my game by talking to Toad. The reason for this is the first part of the trick happens right after we defeat Chauncey, and we only have one shot at it. So if I mess it up, I can reload the save rather than having to play all the way through the game back up to this point. Next, I go to the Chauncey battle, defeat him, and as soon as I beat him, I hold up right on the joystick. After completion of the boss, it teleports you into this room. I have to let go of the joystick before I walk too far, but not too soon. And if I do it just right, I will end up right behind the chest. Now here I decided to scooch to the right and grab this heart because I did take a bit of damage during the boss, and we do have to take some damage later on for the glitch, so I'd rather not die. Next, I have to be very careful because if I mess this up, I'll fall through the floor and be stuck in this room with no way to get out. Aside from resetting my game, of course. So what I do is I tap the vacuum button, and as Luigi puts the vacuum away, I push up on the joystick. If I push up too early while he's still vacuuming, that is what causes me to fall through the floor. But if I do this right, I'll get stuck halfway on one floor and halfway on another. It's kind of like a Luigi sandwich or something. Once you're made into a Luigi sandwich, you can explore quite a bit. You can walk to all kinds of rooms and see things you're not meant to see at this point in the game. But we're more interested in actually beating the game, so let's go get to that. The next step is right here after I became a sandwich. I go into sidestep mode. Then I hold right to go all the way this way until I hit an invisible wall. At this point, I just hit A on the controller, which makes Luigi freak out just a little bit. It kind of looks like he's going to be stuck in an infinite walk like this, but he won't be. After some time, he'll eventually open a door and go to the next room. While he's going through the door, I hold left on the C-stick because right when I get through, there's a ghost that can scare you. And if a ghost scares you while you're doing this glitch, it'll bring you back down to the floor and I'll have to start over. Holding left on the C-stick as I go through the door will make Luigi turn around the instant I get into the room, and his flashlight should stop the ghost from appearing. Now this next step is where things get really difficult. I get to here and then point my flashlight down. Then I inch towards these bats, which will make them come towards me to hit me. Just before I get hit by the bat, I hit down right on the C-stick, and just as Luigi makes the sound from getting hit by the bat, I let go of the C-stick. If all of this is done exactly right, Luigi will be standing at a very bizarre angle. Once I'm at this angle, I go to the top right corner, making sure to avoid this other bat. Then I hold right on the analog stick and right on the C-stick. And if the angle I got from getting hit by the bat is sharp enough, I'll go right over this ledge into this next hallway. If your angle is not good enough, Luigi will not go over the edge here, and if that's the case, you can go back here and go through this door, then come back out, and the bats should respawn. Why do they get pulled back to the same spot when I open the door? Do they have no free will? Do I control their lives? What if the reason they left in the first place is so they could go save their baby from dying? Did I just completely ruin their family? Wait, they're ghosts. They're kind of already dead. Never mind. Oh boy. That part of the glitch was challenging, but let's go do pretty much the same thing again, but even more challenging. So I make my way down this hallway, walking backwards because once again there's a ghost that can spawn and scare Luigi, but from my experience, if you walk backwards down the hallway, the ghost won't scare you. Then I go to the left, grab some bats with my vacuum, and pull them over to this spot right here. Here's the hard part. I let go of the right trigger, quickly tap left on the joystick, then briefly hold right on the C-stick, all in sequence. And if done right, once again I'll have a bizarre angle. Afterwards, I go into standard standard mode, and then using only the C stick, I point the flashlight towards the screen. Once I have this, I go to the top right, hold up on the joystick and up on the analog stick. Then I pause the game, switch over to standard mode, then I hold up right on the joystick, then while holding up right, I press A to hit continue on the menu, then I press X to open up my Game Boy Horror. If I do all this right, I'll fall through the floor into this spot in the basement. If I do it wrong, it might look like this, or I might fall into the center of this hallway, but what I'm looking for is to fall into the wall in this hallway. And this last part is the hardest part of all. This is really something I would not recommend you try, because it is a pain. You have to walk out of bounds and then walk up. The problem is if you walk too far to the left, you trigger a cutscene. If you walk too far to the right, then you get stuck. It is also extremely hard to see. The only way you can see is going first person on your Game Boy Horror. But if you do everything exactly right, you will end up inside King Boo's room, and then you can go and fight the final boss the exact same as a normal playthrough. Just walk right up to him, watch the cutscene, and kabam! You are fighting Bowser King Boo thing. And there we go, we've just completed Luigi's Mansion. And that's gonna be just about it for this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching.
Many Paper Mario players know that you can obtain the Power Plus badge from this treasure chest if you manage to defeat Anti-Guy. Some might even know that giving Anti-Guy a lemon candy will allow you to obtain it without fighting him. But hardly anyone knows that you can perform a glitch to skip both of these sequences. That's where the Anti-Guy skip comes in, which takes number 7 in our countdown. Just like the previous glitch, this takes advantage of Clippy to manipulate Mario's hitbox. Once this is done, Mario can clip between Anti-Guy and the chest with an angle-perfect input during a full jump. While it is simple to keep attempting this glitch, it is incredibly difficult to get it on the first try, since the precise angle that you need to hold during the jump changes depending on Mario's position. Afterwards, you can peace out and leave Shy Guy's toy box, or even fight Anti-Guy with his own badge.
Boom! And as you can see, we are shot just thousands and thousands of feet into the sky. Let's go.